Hi, I'm really happy you're here, and I want you to take a deep breath and just relax for a moment, because today we're going to talk about something that can quietly change your life if you approach it the right way. Building habits that last, the kind of habits that don't feel forced, stressful, or impossible, but instead grow naturally and steadily. Many people think that building habits is about willpower, about forcing themselves to wake up early, exercise, or eat healthy. But the truth is that willpower alone is rarely enough. Habits are not built through pressure, guilt, or extreme effort. They are built through understanding, patience, and small, consistent steps that your mind and body can actually follow. A good habit starts with understanding why you want it, not just what it is. If you try to exercise, meditate, or read every day without connecting it to a reason that feels meaningful to you, it becomes hard, boring, and easy to quit. But when your habit is connected to how it will improve your life, your confidence, your energy, or your peace of mind, it becomes easier to keep going, even when you feel tired or distracted. Another important idea is to start small. Many people fail because they try to do too much at once. Instead of trying to run 5 kilometers on the first day, you could start by walking for 10 minutes. Instead of committing to read a whole book in 1 week, read just a page every morning. These tiny steps feel easy, but when you do them every day, they add up faster than you imagine, and your brain starts to accept them as normal, not as a struggle. Consistency is far more important than intensity. Doing a little every day is always better than doing a lot once and then quitting. And when you are consistent, even with small actions, you start to see changes in your mindset, your confidence, and your energy. Slowly, your new behavior becomes part of who you are, not something you have to force yourself to do. Environment is also key. The world around you can either help or hinder your habits. If you want to eat healthy, having junk food around makes it harder. If you want to read more, keeping a book next to your bed makes it easier. By shaping your surroundings to support the habits you want, you make the process feel natural, not like a battle. Finally, awareness is crucial. Pay attention to your patterns, notice when you slip, and gently guide yourself back without judgment. Mistakes are part of building habits, and beating yourself up for them will only make it harder. The goal is not perfection. The goal is steady, gentle progress. Take a deep breath here, because all of this is not complicated or overwhelming. Habits grow slowly, like a tree. One small action at a time, and every little effort matters more than you think. In the next part, we'll explore how to deal with setbacks, celebrate progress, and make habits stick even when life gets busy or hard. If you're still listening, it means you're ready to take your habits a little more seriously, but in a calm, patient way, not with pressure or guilt. So let's continue, and remember to breathe as you listen. One of the most important things to understand about habits is that setbacks are normal, and they do not mean failure. Life is unpredictable, energy levels change, and sometimes things don't go as planned. The people who succeed in building habits are not those who never slip. They are those who, after slipping, gently return to their routine without judgment. Missing a day does not erase progress. It is simply part of learning how to integrate new behaviors into life. Another key factor is tracking progress in a way that encourages you. You don't need complicated apps or charts. Even a simple checklist or a note in your journal helps your brain recognize achievement. Every time you mark a small action as completed, your mind feels satisfaction, and this feeling naturally motivates you to continue. Little rewards for small wins are powerful. They teach your brain that good habits are pleasant, not stressful. It also helps to connect habits to existing routines. Habits that stick are often paired with something we already do every day. For example, you might decide to do a short meditation after brushing your teeth in the morning or read a page of a book while drinking your first coffee. Linking habits to existing routines reduces friction and makes them feel natural, like part of life rather than a separate effort. Another tip is to be flexible and compassionate with yourself. Sometimes life changes. Unexpected work, family obligations, or mood shifts, and habits must adapt. If your morning walk becomes impossible, a 10-minute walk in the evenings still counts. If you miss reading, even a few sentences later in the day is progress. Flexibility ensures that habits survive life's unpredictability instead of becoming another source of pressure or guilt. Finally, mindset is everything. Building habits is less about discipline and more about identity. Ask yourself, who do I want to be? And let your habits reflect that identity. If you want to be a calm, healthy, or confident person, your habits should support that image, and small actions reinforce your sense of self every day. Slowly, these actions become part of your natural identity, and they no longer feel forced. They feel like who you are. So as you move forward, remember this: start small, be consistent, shape your environment, celebrate little wins, and treat setbacks as learning. Habits grow quietly, and every step you take, no matter how small, brings you closer to the life you want. You don't need to rush or force it, and each day is a chance to grow a little more. Thank you for listening today, and remember that building habits is not about perfection. It's about showing up gently, steadily, and patiently. The small actions you take every day add up in ways you might not see immediately, but over time, they change your life more than anything else.